absolute honor to first invite someone who has been the driving force behind today's workshop. None of this would have been possible without him. And if you're here, you most definitely know him. So please welcome our organizing chair, distinguished Toastmaster, Dr. 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗲𝗳 for his welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening, 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗲𝗳. And this is something that we planned, this workshop, and especially with regards to Chief Judge. We did think of it, but I saw many divisions go ahead with this before we could do it. So that's when we thought, should we even do it or not? But then, everyone will have their own perspective and everyone will have their own experience. So every Chief Judge workshop will bring in something unique, something different, something new to learn. And with that in mind, we thought of having a Chief Judge workshop, and as we call that, it is a feat to be a Chief Judge, and let's conquer this. That was the thought behind it. And then we thought, who should we ask to be the trainer, and who can be a better trainer than distinguished Toastmaster 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗲𝗄. He has been Chief Judge for God knows how many times. I don't have a count. I'm sure he has forgotten it also. But the whole idea is to ensure that we know what to do and how to do, because the Chief Judge's role is so extremely important. Many people aspire to be the champion, but certain mistakes can ruin their dream or even make them feel disappointed in life. And that is the reason why Chief Judge's role is like the coordinator. They might not be the voting judge, but they will be making sure that everything goes flawlessly in a contest. And that is why it's so important to become a Chief Judge. And trust me, it's not very easy. I'm sure CP has already planned out some workshop exercise in this workshop where he's going to make sure that you just not hear and things like that, but also practice as well. Now, with that said in mind, I would like to welcome, first of all, obviously, the speaker, distinguished Toastmaster 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗲𝗄. He's the past district director. And I welcome, obviously, all the participants who are joining in. I know it can be a bit technical, but it's like, as me and CP, we were discussing, even if 50% of you also decide to become a Chief Judge, that makes the project or this workshop successful. The outcome, we consider that as a success. And not only that, I'm sure there are many contestants who are here who would definitely love to know how the judging process works, how the Chief Judge functions, so that they can plan their contest even more in a sharper way. So having said that, I'm not here to do the talking, even though I have 10 minutes for that. So with that said, I welcome all of you, and thanks to my team players. I only have 2 team members, that is the Toastmaster of the evening and Question Master and the timer. Thank you very much for joining and helping me out in this project. And welcome everybody. Let's have a great workshop ahead. With that said, back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Dr. 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗲𝗄. You definitely did say most of the things I had planned to say, but it's okay. It was your special address. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today's session is like Toastmaster Dr. 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗲𝗄 said, it's about mastering the role that safeguards the fairness, integrity, and the credibility of our contests, the Chief Judge. Whether you're preparing to step into this role for the very first time, or you're here to sharpen your Chief Judge skills, or you're simply here to understand the whole contest ecosystem better, don't worry, you are at the right place. We are thrilled and privileged to welcome our distinguished speaker, distinguished Toastmaster 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗲𝗄, a leader who has not only grown through Toastmasters, but has shaped the journey of Toastmasters for many others. He has been a committed member of Toastmasters International for 15 years now. And during this time, he has built a reputation as a role model of leadership, service, and excellence. His dedication, which was recognized early on itself, where he was awarded Toastmaster of the Year for 2018-2019. He also served as the District 102 Director for the term 2023-2024, where he led the district with vision, heart, and so much impact. What makes him especially inspiring today is that he has experienced Toastmasters contests from every perspective. He has competed in humorous speech, table topics, international speech, and evaluation contests, and also served as the judge at club, area, division, district levels, as well as World Championship of Public Speaking semi-final. So you don't have to worry, you're in great hands today. Beyond Toastmasters, he also has 25 years of experience in IT project management, and he is an HRD Corp accredited trainer, coaching managers and leaders in developing strong communication and leadership skills. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a very warm and enthusiastic welcome to our speaker for today, distinguished Toastmaster 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗲𝗳. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Toastmaster evening, Malavika. And good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Will you be able to see my screen now?
Yes, we can see it.
First of all, good evening to our organizing chair, distinguished Toastmaster, Dr. 𝗏, and welcome fellow Toastmasters to this sharing session. I am not calling it a workshop because there will not be a lot of notes that we are going to have. What I would like to share is how do we carry out a role as the chief judge of a contest. So as a chief judge or for a contest, do you know how many role players that do we have for a contest, even though for a contest of just one contestant? Can someone name a few of them? What
Ballot counters,
yes,
speech judges,
judges,
Timer,
timer,
SAA,
SAA, yes, SAA sometimes
Zoom master
1,
these
2, and
days if
3.
you have online. A Zoom master if you have an online contest.
Exactly. We have Zoom master, multimedia master, we have photographer, and
Contest Toastmaster.
contest Toastmasters. Thank you, Sachini, for that. Yes. You can see there are a lot of people being put together to make a contest possible, even though we just have one contestant. So the effort that put in behind the scene is actually tremendous. And if you have been one of these roles, can you give yourself a round of applause, please? Yes. And that's why, and one of the important roles that we have in a contest is by the name of chief judge. And before we move on to further slides, I'd like to highlight whether you are taking up a role as a timer, ballot counter, even sergeant at arms, all we need to do is we do our role with these fundamentals. Okay, we must have the integrity, we must respect every role, we must respect the contestants, even we have to respect the audience, and we are giving our service to serve our members. And by doing this role, we are actually achieving excellence not only for the contest, but also make ourselves become excellent in the role that we are taking. So always have this in mind, that a contest that to be carried out with full Toastmasters core values. Can you be a judge? Can you be a chief judge? So that's the first question that we ask. If you're a member of Toastmasters, my answer is yes. However, we'll have some criteria of it. To serve as chief judge or even the tie-breaking judge, at a club level contest, number one, you have to be a member in good standing. Even though you just joined last month, you have to be a member in good standing at club level. If you are judging at area, division, or even district level, if you are chief judge, or we call it CJ, judge or tie-breaking judge, what you need to be. First of all, you have to be a paid member for a minimum of 6 months. This means someone who just joined 3 months cannot be a judge, cannot be a CJ, or even a tie-breaking judge for a area level and above contest. So if you are looking for judges, please make sure that if you are looking for judges for area contest and above, please make sure that they have joined for at least 6 months. Because Toastmasters will always believe 6 months in Toastmasters, you should have progressed somewhere. All right. And the second criteria is you have to complete at least level 1 and 2. Any one of you who have joined after 2020, if you have joined after 2020, you will not know what is called competent communication. This is the legacy education system where we have competent communication manual. If you need to be a judge for every contest and above, you need to complete at least 6 projects in that particular manual. And do you know, and here says, only members who join Toastmasters prior to the rollout of pathways in their region can apply speeches from the competent communication manual. Do you know when the District 102 started rolling out pathways? All right, yeah, for your information, we started rolling out pathway from July 2017 onwards. If it's for District 51, they started rolling out in May, and we started rolling out in July 2017. That's where we have pathway guide, we have pathway ambassador back then. And till now, we have come to about 8 years with pathways. And the third criteria is you must be physically present at the contest for which you are serving, except that you are doing for online speech contest. Online speech contest is a new contest type added in last term, I believe. Yeah. And since last term onwards, all the area contests and above must be held physically. All good? Right. Now, what else you have to fulfill before you can be a chief judge? Now, you cannot serve as the chief judge or tie-breaking judge if you are a candidate for elected district leader position for the term beginning subsequent July 1st. That means if you are planning or you are running for a district officer position, means area director, division director, and the senior district officer roles, DD, PQD, CGD, district finance, we have a the district administration manager, plus district PR manager. All these roles, you plan to do it or you are running for that position starting 1st of July next year, you cannot be a contest officer. And the second criteria here says the following are ineligible to compete. That means they cannot contest if they are voting judge, tie-breaking judge, or chief judge at any level. Yeah. Before last term, you may have some of the members, they are contesting at the same time, they also serve as judge at the club contest level. However, starting last term, this is not allowed. As long as you are contesting for that particular contest, you are not able to be a judge as long as you are still contesting. Even though you are in a neighboring district, for example, District 51, 87, 80, and so on, because it says that in any district. So that has given us a big challenge in looking for voting judges, tie-breaking judges, as well as chief judges. Because especially at this moment, District 51 started to have their round of contest, and they are looking for contest judges and chief judges. So they come and approach me, but I want to contest. So I cannot say yes to be CJ or even judges until I contested, I lost the contest, then only I make myself available, or I'm not proceeding to the next level, then only I make myself available to serve as a judge. So this has created a big challenge for organizing team, especially contest chair, in looking for CJ or judges. So if you are serving as a CJ, always bear that in mind. If you are judging for a district or a division contest, make sure the chief judge, voting judges, and tie-breaking judge must not be a member of any club in which a contestant is a member. If you are only a member of one club, this can be easily resolved by just checking it. You will have challenges when you are asking members, they are members of multiple clubs. So those are the things that we need to really find out. The best thing is to ask the area directors or division directors for their membership and check which number of what are the clubs that these members are they belong to, so that you won't cross into this problem. Yeah. So similarly, if you are judging for a district contest, same thing, you cannot be a member of the club that the contestants are belong to. So we know the boundaries now. Where can we find judges? Who can be and who cannot be our judges or our CJs? Yeah. So to serve as chief judge, this is one of the most important documents that I will always get you to look into. When you are serving as a judge or a CJ, first thing that you need to do is download the latest contest rulebook. How do we how do we make sure that the version that we download is the latest? Number one, by recognizing the previous world champion. So we hope one day Mas Mahathir's picture will be here. Yeah. So this is the champion for 2024, and the rule book came up in July. So it is effective for 2025, July 1st to June 30th, 2026. Everybody will refer to the latest version, which is this version. You can download it from the Toastmasters website. Basically, 90% of the things that you need to do, you need to learn, are all in this contest rulebook. Whether you are serving as a contest judge or you are serving as a contest chief judge, right? So just now, all these I actually copied out from the rulebook. All right. So this is number one thing that you need to download and get yourself familiar with the content, because every year there will be some changes about the contest rulebook, and any new things or any updates about the contest, they will always put a diamond symbol next to the line. So when you browse through it, first of all, look for all those diamond things and then read through it. What are the changes that the contest rulebook is having? Number two, I will suggest you to always save this email. This email will be the first email that the district will send out to you. It is sent out by our program quality director, because this email will decide, the district will decide what are the contests that our district will be having. Like this term, our district is having humorous speech contest, evaluation contest, international speech, as well as table topics contest. That means we are having 4 contests out of the 6 contest types, 7 contest types available in Toastmasters. Yeah. And the second thing that you need to know is this: 8 weeks prior to the area contest, if an area has 4 assigned clubs or fewer in good standing, 2 contestants from each club are allowed to compete in area contest. This is actually stated in the contest rulebook. However, district will have to decide whether they are following what is stated in the rulebook or they have their own decision, because district will have final say on how many contestants to send. So as a chief judge, we need to know this criteria very well. And this applies to division as well. If a division has 4 area or less, that means 2 contestants from each area will compete at the division level. Is that clear? All right. Now I have a question here. Look at this area. This is area E2. Area E2 last term, yeah. As at August of 2024, area E2 has 4 clubs, all right? So starting from July until August, even September, they start to have their humorous speech and table topics contest, club level, all right? Come September 2024, we have added a new club. If the area contest is to be held on 15th of October, how many contestants each club will send?
2.
2?
Yes.
Who mentioned 2? Yeah.
Fazlina.
Oh, hi, Fazlina. Yeah. Anyone agree with this answer?
I agree. Mark here from Division J.
Agree, Mark? Agree? Is this the correct answer? Yes, this is the correct answer, because 8 weeks. Warisan TC Toastmasters Cup was chartered in September 29, and the area contest was held in middle of October. So it is still within the 8 weeks time frame. Yeah. Now, second question: if the area contest is to be held on the 15th of December, how many contestants each club can send?
1.
1.
Yes, it should be 1. Yeah, it should be 1. And come February, when we have our international speech contest, at the area contest, how many contestants do you think the club level will send?
1.
1. 1.
Yes, 1. Yeah. I highlighted this because this area was, and the clubs were told to send 2 contestants, and I was a CJ for this area contest. I highlighted to them, and they have to ask the contestant to like withdraw one or take out one of them. So this, because they thought it's the same, they carry the same announcement through the second half of the term, but they have forgotten about the 8 weeks prior to every contest statement. So that's very important. So as a CJ, first of all, we will have to look at the dashboard. How many clubs are there? And not only looking at the clubs, we should also look at the charter date of the new clubs before we cross-check with the number of contestants being sent by the clubs. All right. So that will actually help the contest chair to make sure that the correct number of contestants are sent. All good? Thank you. Now, our duty as CJ before contest, what should we do? We should form our contest officer. Who has been CJ before here? Yvonne? Anyone? When you were the CJ, do you only look for judges, or you also look for other role players?
I look for ballot counters as well.
Look for ballot counters as well. Yeah. That should be the correct way, because in the rule book it says judges, voting judges, tie-breaking judge, as well as timer and ballot counters are under the responsibility of CJ. But I'm sure nowadays, anyone have been contest chair before? For contest chair, I think you also have to look for timer at times or ballot counters as well. Yeah, because it's really challenging for CJ to look for judges. That's why as a contest chair, you will help out. And how many judges do we look for? All these are available in the contest rule book. We just quickly go through it. At club level, we'll have 5 or more unless it's not practical. That means we do not have enough judges. You can even go with the contest with less than 5 judges. All right. And division, district level, you need to have 7 or more. Why 7 or more? Because there's another criteria saying that you can send equal representative. If you have 5 areas, that means equal representative, you send 5 judges, that is below 7, you need to top up. But if you go for equal representative, each area will send 2, that means you will have 10 judges. All right. How many timers? 2 timers, yes, Faslina, you are right. And how many ballot counters? Those were the days we always have 3, even at club level. But now it has been changed. 2 from club level to area to division. But at district level, we will need to have 3. All right. So all these are stated in contest rule book. And if you are not able, so some of our contest chair, they are helping to find timers as well as ballot counters. Okay. If you are doing this, you can only suggest to the CJ. All right. You can only give them the name list. So the final decision will still be at CJ's hand. CJ will make a final call whether he or she will take in the names that's given by you or not as a contest chair. All right. So if he or she say I will look for my own timers, then you have to leave it to CJ, because it's actually their responsibility to look for timers and ballot counters. And don't forget tie-breaking judge. Tie-breaking judge is always anonymous. Only the CJ will know who this person is. All right. And after that, we will go for contest official briefing. Yeah. What do we do? Before we do any briefing, first of all, as a CJ, I will always give them the latest contest rule book. I will either create a group, then I will share the contest rule book there. All right. And the judges' certificate of eligibility and ethics. So I will need all the judges to sign all this form and return it back. So to declare that they are eligible, or they are qualified to be the judge for that particular contest. And I will send them the relevant contest ballot form, and I will prepare myself for the result form and also winner's notification form. So these 2 documents, including the timesheet plus the ballot form, ballot counter form, most of the time the contest chair is very good. They prepare for us as well. But my advice is always keep one set with you when you go for any contest. I have experienced that the contest chair forgot to bring. They forgot to bring the form at the end of the day. Luckily, I brought mine, and then you have to use mine. Yeah. So always have one spare set, whether it's in your car or it's in your bag, when you go as the CJ of the contest. And always chase for the contest agenda, because the judges, they will need to know the speaking sequence of the contestants. Now, the next thing is, when we do briefing, I believe Yvonne has been CJ for many times. Will you, or when you be the judge, have you come across that the CJ said, or all of you are already experienced judges, so we will skip the briefing, all right? Or what do we do in briefing? Okay, to me, 15 years in Toastmasters, I have never skipped any judges briefing. Yeah. Every time I will still go through the same set of things, even though repeatedly, because number one is a good refresher for myself. Number two is also good reminder for the judges. Some of the judges, they may out from the judging role for a few years, for example. When they come back, things may have changed. So they are experienced, but they may not be updated with the latest change in the rule book. So it's our responsibility and duty to actually brief them on the changes as well. And a lot of people ask, what do I do in my briefing? You know, they are experienced. So my suggestion is always refer in the eligibility form. Yeah. Basically, all the points here will be the things that I will brief the judges. For example, I ask them, do not consider any contestants' club, area, division, district, region affiliation. You know, or he is a past district director, do not have that halo effect. Okay. And do not look at their age, their race, their color, even though physically when they are disabled. So all this we will have to highlight to them, you know. And some of them, they even highlight to you, do not be affected or biased by their speaking order. When they are the first contestants, I reserve my marks. When they are last contestants, I go all out to score them. So that is not right. So we will always have to highlight and remind our judges to be as fair as possible in that sense. Yeah. So this will be a good guide for you to do your briefing when you are a CJ. All right. All good. And in terms of the timer, we always make sure the contest timing is briefed to our timers, because 4 different contests, they have different timing, right? And always check on the timing device. Make sure there's a backup color card. And if they are using mobile phone as a stopwatch, what will you do usually? To me, I will always advise the timer to turn the mobile phone into plane mode. I have experience at 7 minutes and 20 over seconds, the phone rings. By the time he off the call, it went over 7 minutes and 30 seconds, and he or she, the timer, cannot decide which point that the contestant stops, because the phone was ringing. When it rings, it covers the stopwatch screen. So that is very important. If the timer is using their mobile phone as the stopwatch, make sure that it is in plane mode. All right. And for ballot counter, introduce them to the judges and decide who is collecting the ballots from which judge, so that they can sit nearby them. All right. Any questions so far?
Chahal?
Yes, I have a question.
You have a question? Yes, please.
Yes, Toastmaster Law. Is it okay for the chief judge to be the person that collects the ballots, the final ballots from the timers?
Yes, yes. I will come to that part. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So during the contest, number one thing that we need to ensure is all our judges are in the room. All right. I have seen one incident. After the first contestant, I saw one. I saw one of the judges walk in because he was in the toilet and he couldn't come in. So luckily that CJ, he has 8 judges instead of 5, just 5. So that judge cannot be considered as the judge any further because he missed the first contestant. Yeah. So when the contestant must ask you, CJ, are you ready? You have to make sure that all your judges are in the room. That's number one thing. Yeah. Here's the answer. You have to collect the time record sheet from the timer. Okay, because they will only give it to CJ rather not any other ballot counter. All right. And as a CJ, you also have to collect the ballots from the tie-breaking judge. Okay, because only you know who this person is. And during the contest, you may be get ready to receive any protest if there's any, and we'll talk about it in a while. Then we will go into a room and do the ballots tabulation together with the ballot counters. All right. And in terms of, yes, Mark.
In which case, I have a question to ask where the judges are concerned. Basically, it's like this. The judges, as I remember, they are supposed to stay anonymous. Nobody's supposed to know who the judges are in the judging panel except the chief judge. And the judges are not supposed to reveal their identities. So that's what I understand. That makes me wonder also on something, which is this. That normally you have certificates of appreciation given to the role players, but since the judges are not known, how do you give, is it necessary or appropriate to acknowledge the judges as well, given the fact that we don't know them, or not? Because their identities are supposed to stay hidden.
During the appreciation, we will not call the judges on stage. We will get the representative, which is the CJ. CJ will receive on their behalf. Yeah, and then it's up to the CJ how he or she pass the token of appreciation to all these judges. Yeah.
So if you're talking about passing, let's say the contest chair pass over the tokens of appreciation over to the chief judge, and it's up to the chief judge to pass to his own judges. But the identities are supposed to stay hidden. So even though we can pass tokens of appreciation, chances are we cannot pass things that will reveal their identity, like certificates of application with the names of the judges. Can I simply say this?
Yes, you cannot. And if I'm the CJ, I will ask them to not have to prepare the certificate of appreciation for judges, because all these judges cannot show anyway. They cannot even put it on Facebook or social media saying that they are, they serve as a judge. So if they should be anonymous. So I will request them to not print certificate for judges. Yeah.
Okay, noted. That means in principle, judges are there whereby to serve, to serve our Toastmasters community, and they will always, the intention is they must forever stay hidden and silent.
And rule book only says judges should be anonymous when practical. Okay, I've seen someone came back from Australia. She served as a judge, and the moment she finished write down her ballots, right, she raised her hand by showing her ballots. So all of us in that contest room got a culture shock. Why do you raise a hand? Oh, in Australia we all do like that. When we finish, you just raise our hand. And in semi-finals, there are seats that's being reserved. So these seats, who can sit there as a reserve seat? They are only judges. So even though they are anonymous, because they come from all over the world, nobody knows them. So they are still anonymous in that way. But people look at their face, they may think these people are the judges because they sit at the reserve seat. Yeah. So that's why I have seen so far. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the clarification.
All right. Yes, Yvonne.
Yes, distinguished Toastmasters, maybe I can share an experience with everyone. So when I was a chief judge itself, right, I did a check with all the judges if they wanted a physical cert or e-cert, electrical cert. So most of them will prefer a e-cert. So what I did is during the contest itself, right, a cert of appreciation is given to me as the chief judge. And I will take the format, right, and I prepare my own e-cert and send it to all the judges. So in this instant, right, the judges are all anonymous. Yeah, their privacy are all taken care of. Maybe you can adopt this method and try.
But you also have to highlight to them. They cannot show in elsewhere.
Yes, this was done during the judges' briefing.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Good idea. All right. And who can lodge a protest? So it's only limited to contestants and judges. So can a tie-breaking judge protest? The answer is no. Yeah. Tie-breaking judge has no right to protest. Yeah. So only judges or contestants can lodge a protest. And who do they lodge to? It's either to chief judge or to the contest chair. And what are the possible reasons for protest? So there are only a few reasons. Number one, eligibility. You find out that he has not paid his dues and so on. Number two, originality, where the speech has 25%, more than 25% are copied from quotes and so on. Yeah. Number three, the contestant's reference to a contestant, another contestant, or the content of another contestant. Yeah. And there's a question here, because in our environment here, we always run 2 contests in 1 event, correct? So if I reference to a contestant that is in humorous speech, for example, in table topics contest, I reference someone's name in humorous speech contest, would I be disqualified? And this contestant is not taking part in table topics contest. So my answer is actually no, because these are 2 different contests. If you read the rule book carefully, it says that reference to the contestants or the content of the contestants of the same contest type. So humorous speech and table topics, they are different contests. So we have to make this clear. Yes, Jenny?
Yeah, hi CP. For this one, I have a question is that because sometimes sometimes some contests they'll be joined together. For example, they will be having a joint contest humorous speech for one club, and then after one club, one HS contest done already, then they continue for the next club HS contest. In this case, what if like the maybe club B reference to the club A contestant speech, is that considered like referencing?
Very good question. Any input from the floor? To me, my stand, I think this is not, because it's a different contest. Because one is a contest of club A, another one is contest of club B. It's actually 2 different events. I will have a case study on this event or contest later in an email. I will show you. So because of that, I think this is not referencing the contestant of the similar contest. What do you think? Okay, I will take this up and then I will check with TI. I will check with TI on this part. And I shall come back to Dr. Som, the organizing chair, on the answer of this. All right? Because I think we have time constraint now. I also have scenario after the contest, or actually before the contest results announced, someone lodged a protest requesting to look at the recording of the contest because he thinks he or she is, or someone said, or someone told him he ran over time. He requested to have the recording. As a CJ or as a contest chair, do you handle this or not? Do you take in this case and then show them the recording? To me, my standpoint is we do not, all right? Because that is not part of the reason for protest. Protest is only limited to originality, eligibility, as well as referencing to contestants and content of contestants. This is a request that has nothing to do with these 4 criteria. Yeah, I think this happened once in Division G. It happened once in Division R before. So as a contest chair or as a CJ, we have to be very clear and very firm about what we understand, about the protest. Yeah. And what are the procedures to handle protests? Okay. So there's no fixed rules on that, but it has to be agreed upon among the judges. To me, I will form a WhatsApp group in the first place, form a WhatsApp group, and I will inform, during my briefing, I will inform the judges for any protest that you want to lodge, please put into the WhatsApp group. Then we will come into the room. First of all, the one who make the protest will have to show proof. Why did you say it is a not original, or the contestant is not eligible, and so on? So the one who protests need to show the proof, and the rest of the judges will have to agree and accept this protest. If that has passed, then we will invite the contestants to come in, and he or she will be given an opportunity to defend, why it is not considered as a protest, or why his speech is considered original, and so on. Yeah. So usually during that period of time when the contestants do his defense, all the judges, I will advise all the judges do not argue, do not argue, just listen. Yeah. And after that, we will invite the contestants out of the room, and the judges, among judges, we will do the final voting, whether to disqualify or not to disqualify the contestant. And in this case, does the CJ have the vote? The answer is no. So CJ doesn't have the vote in voting to disqualify the contestant. So CJ is mainly the moderator, mainly the person who managed the entire voting. All right. So these are the three things that I will specifically brief our judges. All right. And after that, the results form. I want to highlight result form here is because look at here, there's a time disqualification. It says yes and no. If there is a time disqualification, we will put a tick here, correct? Do you mention how many time disqualification? The answer is no, yeah, we don't mention. The World Championship last year, there's more than one time disqualification according to what I know, but nobody knows exactly how many. So 3 contestants were affected. There were protests, there were time disqualification. So we will not announce how many time disqualification, number one, and we will not announce there is a protest or someone is disqualified other than time disqualification. All right. So because this happened in Division R, someone insisted to put the name that this contestant has been disqualified due to originality and or referencing to contestants. So you look at the result form, there's no specific place here asking us to announce the contestant's name or how many time disqualification. We just announce there is time disqualification. That's it. And always be very careful. You put in the 3rd place winner first, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place. All right. And finally, notification of contest winner. How many placing do we put here? Let's say the contest have 6 contestants. 2 were disqualified. How many names should be put here? It should be 4 names. It cannot be 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Okay. The 4th placing should also be there. Of course, the 2 disqualified, they cannot proceed to the next level. Their names will not be put in the notification. All right. Because I've seen some CJ, they only give 3 names. And we have incidents, all 1st, 2nd, and 3rd contestants could not make it to the area level. And we do not know who was the 4th place and who was the 5th place. Yeah. So that's very important. And who do you pass this to? Do you pass to contest Toastmaster during results announcement? To me, during results announcement, I will only pass the results form. This notification, winner notification, I will only pass it to contest chair. Because contest chair will pass it to the next level's contest chair. So rightfully, only CJ plus contest chair will know all the placing of the contestants. All right. So far, so good. Then we will move on to some case studies. We have a member won evaluation contest at division level and will be contesting at district level. However, this contestant is also planning to run for area director election. The sequence of the event is as follows. The AD election will take place on the 9th May, and if he wins the election, he will be installed as the incoming area director during our annual conference, which is held on 11th May. Then he will proceed to contest at district level on 12th May. This is actually happened. So his argument is the clause in the rule book below. Candidates for district position elected by the district council for the term beginning the upcoming July 1st. And in our governing documents, the area director is not a position that is elected. It's actually the position that is appointed. However, the Speaker's Certificate of Eligibility and Originality form has this clause: district officers or candidates for elected position for the term beginning the upcoming July 1st. So can he contest and be the area director next term? All right, TI came back with the answer. A member is considered a candidate for district leader position once they have announced they will be running for the position. If you read the rule book carefully, anyone who has the intention to run, they should not contest already. And this one has gone beyond intention to run. He actually ran for the position. So at this time, they would no longer be eligible to compete or to contest or serve as a contest officer. So if the member announced their candidacy before the division contest, they would not have been eligible. So that's what we told the contestants. In the end, he gave up the contest and he proceeded to take up the district leadership role. So this is one thing that for your information. And this is the second case. In an evaluation contest, the time taken up by the test speaker is announced and informed to the contestants. Is this acceptable according to rule book? If it's up to the contest officials to decide, then who supersedes the decision Is it chief judge or contest Toastmaster or contest chair? Because some of the contests, they don't allow the test speaker's timing to be announced. Some they announce upon request, some they announce right after the test speakers finish their speech. So the answer from TI is there's no rule specifying that the time of the test speech cannot be shared. So this will fall to being a leadership decision. So the contest chair and chief judge or contest Toastmaster have to decide among themselves. And the important thing is the decision should not be made by one individual. That means all three have to agree upon to announce or not to announce. Can contest chair appoint ballot counters and timers and chief judge only look for judges? So the rule book says chief judge appoints voting judge, counter and timer, and a secret tie-breaking judge. While there are no rules that state the contest chair cannot make suggestions, so it's ultimately up to the chief judge to take in the suggestion, which I mentioned earlier on. So the final decision is still based on the CJ. A member may compete in 2 humorous speech contests at area level, if they are at different type. How to consider a contest a different type contest? If they are in different languages. That means if you are contesting in humorous speech in English as well as in Mandarin, there's no clash. You can go for 2 area contests. All right. Now this is interesting. While organizing a joint contest of 3 clubs or area, can we have only one test speaker doing just one speech for all 3 evaluation contests? Each contest is considered its own separate entity. That's why I mentioned Club 1 contest and Club 2 contest, they're actually 2 different events. Each contest is started, conducted, and ended. It is possible to have just one speaker, one test speaker. However, 3 speeches should be given. The test speaker would either give the speech 3 times or give 3 different speeches. So the answer is you cannot just deliver one speech and then put all contestants of the 3 clubs or 3 areas into the holding room and then calling them one by one. Because the last 8 contestants will have advantage of, they have a lot of time. So that should be separate. That means one test speech, evaluation, finish, adjourn, start the second test speech. It could be delivered by the same contestant, same test speaker. It could be delivered as the same speech, but it has to be re-delivered. This is the same thing. Can the club reject its eligible member in good standing to take part in club contest? The scenario is, club contest scheduled on 11 September. Contest chair asked for interested contestant to submit their names by 5th September. Briefing has done on the 9th September. Speaking order has been done on the 9th of September as well. And these contestants comes up on the 11th September, 1 hour before the contest, and said he want to contest. Can he be rejected? If he is accepted, what are the procedures need to be done? So as per the speech rule book, it says member meets the eligible criteria, they cannot be prohibited from competing. So the members still have the right to contest. Now, because of late notification, the club established a registration deadline for contestants to indicate if they wish to participate. Further, the member missed the drawing and the briefing, and all members were informed to participate in the contest. So whether they allow or not, it all depends on the club executive committee. So again, this is the leadership decision, whether they allow or not. If they allow, they will have to start the procedure again, the briefing, the drawing of speaking slot. All right, that's about all for my sharing. I think we are way behind time.
CP, I think we have to go into the Q&A.
Yes. How about the exercise? Perhaps we can share with them.
Sure.
Share with them, because I have an exercise for you guys. I have 9 contestants, 9 judges, 1 tie-breaking judge, and a timesheet. So you go back and take a look, and then you fill up the winner's notification form as well as the ballot forms. See whether you get it correct or not. How can we inform them, Dr. Sum?
I've shared it in the chat. it's loading. There are a few questions that we have, so
All right.
maybe I can start by asking them.
Sure.
So our first question was given in the chat. Can a district special appointee be a judge? So I think these have been dealt with. So
Can a district special appointee be a judge? Yes, they can, as long as they are not contesting. Number one, special appointee is not a district officer role. Yeah. Number two, special appointees, they can contest. So once they contest, they cannot be a judge or CJ or even tiebreaker judge until they have decided not to proceed any further, then they can be a judge. Yes.
Thank you so much. I'll move on to the next question. It is, can we be a CJ or a VJ for HSTT and participate in the international speech contest that comes on later?
The answer is yes. Especially you look at our districts, by November or early December, HS and TT will be completed for division level.
Thank you.
And there are different contest type as well.
I hope whoever asked this got answered. Next is there any eligibility assistant to find out which clubs the judges belong to?
Which clubs the judges belong to? There's no system to find. Yeah. It all depends on the form that we sign, the eligibility and ethics form that we sign. In the form, I think we don't even mention which club are we from. We only mention our member number only. Because to be a judge, we don't have to be coming from a club that is in good standing for club and area contest.
Next question. If the contest chair got the ballot counter, can the CJ cancel them and get his or her own ballot counter?
No, cannot.
Okay.
Yeah, cannot.
Okay, next.
And each contest officer role, they cannot take up dual roles. If they are ballot counter, that means they cannot be judged. So if they cannot be judged, they cannot have their own ballots.
Next question. This was in the chat. If there's a blackout and it may take some time to recover, then how much time, like it takes time to get the electricity back, how to time the speech?
Dr. Som is smiling. Something happened before?
No, this one actually, I used to brief this as a CJ, and this one we used to have our own setup, like 3 minutes, 3 attempts and things like that. But it's not there in the rule book, so it has to be by consensus. Yep. So I think
it's the leadership decision, like we mentioned. So the CJ, contest J, and contest Toastmaster have to agree upon, and during briefing, this has to be brought up to the contestants.
Okay, thank you. And one more question. Can the CJ resolve the protest with the one who protested?
No, CJ has no right to protest. CJ is only managing the protest.
Can the CJ resolve the protest with the one who has protested?
By himself?
Yes.
No. Any protest have to call all the judges in the room, and it has to be made known to all judges.
Okay. That's it from the questions that we got personally and in the chat. Is there anyone else? Yeah, Dr. Som.
This is with regards to one question that you mentioned with regards to whether the judges can be fined different from different club. I think CP mentioned that one person can be from multiple clubs. So if the eligibility form, they write one club, but they are from another club, other than the integrity issue, is there any way to find out that they're from multiple clubs? Like, let's say that club is contesting also.
There is a way to find out. In this case, I will usually ask the district director to give me the membership form, or ask the district director can you check for me how many clubs this member are from?
Okay. Yeah. The Leadership Central database.
Yes, because they have the access to the membership.
Okay. Thank you.
Roster, yeah.
That's it from the questions from Toastmaster Ebo.
Yes, CP. I just want to ask, right, the person that actually checked the speaker's eligibility, in fact, rightfully will be the contest Toastmasters, right?
Yes.
Right. So the moment from the club level area and then to the division level, because I ever encountered when I was the CJ, I wasn't able to check the eligibility because I can only see from my own club alone. So how can I verify that they actually check it out to be valid?
I request the form from contest chair.
The form they have signed and ensure that they are eligible. But in my knowledge, right, when I was a chief judge, I was pretty sure that one of the speaker was not eligible. Okay, so how should I actually step in rightfully?
Same thing like I mentioned, you can check with the district officer, like area director. He or she can access the club membership of the clubs that under his area.
Okay, so mainly I can request for them to print it out for me because many gave as in verbal confirmation.
Yes, yeah.
Right, so CJ has this authority, right?
Yeah, correct.
All right. Yeah, thank you.
Even though I don't have this authority, I mean, I've seen because the dashboard was not refreshed, I actually checked one of the clubs. It shows only 5 members. I think I checked with either Kajan or Dr. Saras, and they actually they screenshot the membership roster for me to prove that this club already have 17 members instead of just 5 shown on the dashboard. So the club is in good standing, kind of thing. I can request.
If let's say we have given them a time frame to give that validity to us and they cannot meet the time, does the CJ has the authority to disqualify the speaker, the contestant, sorry?
I think
because they cannot prove the eligibility.
yeah,
They
they
didn't
cannot
meet.
prove, Dr. Sum.
I think I can answer because this happened last term, as one of my club member was the contest chair for a division contest. This was with regards to a corporate club, and they kind of renewed pretty late. But like, for example, the contest was on Sunday, and they sent their papers on I think late Friday or something. So, and they did not have that documentation to show that. Obviously, the wire transfers from corporate club takes two weeks at least. So they could not even show that the money has been transferred. And actually, to be honest, it was not the club's mistake. It was approved. Their finance delayed the submission to TI. So ultimately, sadly, the area winner for that particular the contestant who was supposed to come to the division level was disqualified because of eligibility.
Okay, yeah.
All right, thank you, Dr. Som. So
you can
because
dismiss
I wanted to ensure that CC, contest chair, and the contest Toastmaster will be the rightful people to attend to such an issue, right? And not the CJ.
Yeah. And some of them, they may not be able to print it out from the membership report, like the incident that happened for corporate. But as long as the corporate can show the TT of the proof of the TT, as well as the list of members that they are renewing, and the names is there, then we can, I mean, we can justify that they are still eligible on that.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I think Division A usually have this case, one of the corporate club.
One club.
Yeah. I helped them a few times, yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yvonne, for that question. We have another one, Toastmaster Mark, would you?
Yes, I got some comments based on what was mentioned just now. Basically, I like to give a real life scenario. I'm the president for Hybrid Toastmasters Club, and in the current payment cycle in October, the beginning of October, we went down to 5 members. So therefore, our club was not good standing. But eventually we had club members that was interested to contest, and we were able to raise our membership to 8 members. So the moment, but the thing was, everybody was thinking we were still not in good standing. So as club president, I had to show evidence that our members are in good standing, and also to highlight at club level that our member was in good standing as well. So having produced the evidence that I think it's I just want to say that it's the responsibility of the club to produce the evidence that they are in good standing, and therefore that's what we did, okay, in order to be able to qualify. And it happened to be 2 days before the club contest itself, so we made it on time, okay. So that's the situation for situations like this.
Yep. Thanks, Mark. Yeah. And this is especially challenging during September, October, and March, April, because the dashboard will not be refreshed until like half month or 21 days. Yeah. So what you see on the dashboard may not reflect the actual results. Yeah.
Okay, I thank you so much, Toastmaster Mark and Toastmaster CP. I think I can see the blaring red that our timer is showing. That was a very productive session. Absolutely loved how we were enthusiastic and we were participating throughout, even during the session and during the Q&A. Thank you so much for those lovely questions.
Thank you so much, everyone.
And of course, Toastmaster CP, thank you so much. I think it was very technical at the start, especially for someone like me. And I still managed to grasp and learn something out of it. And I think that's very important. And I particularly love the case studies at the end. I have to add that little bit. Thank you for this wonderful and incredible session and for putting so much effort into teaching all of us. I think we all learned a little something. And with that, I think we can move on to the appreciations. And for that, I would like to hand over to our PQD Toastmaster.
Please do the exercise, yeah? See whether it confuse you or not.
Yes.
Oh, hi, it's me. Oh, sorry. Okay. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Is this the appreciation or the closing? Yeah, I got
appreciation first, and then
appreciation. Okay. So first of all, I'd like to take my appreciation to our past district director, distinguished Toastmaster 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗲𝗄 for his time and effort. I was hearing during his session, it shows that he put so much of time and dedication into doing these slides and can everyone just put in the chat, thank you CP, just something just to show your appreciation to CP for taking his time and effort to just do this workshop. Truly appreciate it. Thank you CP so much for your time today. So also I would like to thank my right hand in the PQ team, distinguished Toastmaster Dr. 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗲𝗳 for I always tell Dr. 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗲𝗳 I need this workshop. Then 1 week later, he gives me the speakers and workshop material all settled. So I'm really grateful to have someone like Dr. 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗲𝗳 in my team who is constantly supporting all the workshop initiatives that I'm having. Then to the amazing role players that we have, the champ, the Toastmaster of the evening, 𝗗𝗶𝗶𝗀𝗃𝗂𝗏 is here today. Thank you so much for assisting. Then we have the timer today. Again, your name, I'm very scared to pronounce it. So I'll just call your initial, it is CJ. Thank you so much for being of assistance and any other role players who are here today. So do we have slides for the certificate for appreciation? So could we?
Yes, it is being projected. So I think you can't see from your mobile. So.
Yes, correct. Yes.
So,
okay, so can we have the first
for CP? Yeah.
Yeah, CP. Okay, great. So can we spotlight CP, Dr. 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗲𝗄, and myself, please? Let me on the light so you guys can see me clearly.
Chahal, would you be able to take the picture?
Yes, I'll take the picture.
I'll spotlight.
Yeah. All of us are in.
Okay.
I use spotlighting.
All are spotlighted.
Done. Spotlight now.
I'll take it in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So the next role player.
Next slide.
It's our timer and multimedia master. Okay.
Chahal.
Chahal. Okay. Yeah. So now I got it. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗲𝗄.
In 3, 2, 1. Taken.
Thank
Next,
you.
Please.
Okay. And the Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster 𝗗𝗶𝗶𝗲𝗄. Yes.
In 3, 2, 1. Taken.
Next. And the man, Dr. 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗲𝗄.
Okay. I have to take mine. Okay. In 3,
I'll
2.
take this picture, sir.
Okay, fine.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you so much. So I want to thank everyone for taking your time to come and attend this workshop. For those who missed some parts of the workshop or who love to revisit the memory of attending this workshop, the recording will be uploaded by end of this week. So you are able to watch the recording, look at the slides as well. And if CP is comfortable, he may share his slides with me or with Dr. 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗲𝗄, and we will share the slides with everyone as well. So the purpose of us learning how to be a chief judge is in contests. We are having a lot of contests now. Contest season is live. Next year also contest season will be back again. So this opportunity for you to learn how to be a CJ will be really important when contest is ongoing, because a chief judge, other than the contest chair, will be the reference for the rule book, the contest rule book that's going to happen, that we have. So as a chief judge, it's important that we know the procedures on how to handle protests, how to handle certain disagreements that happen in a contest, and all the minor things that may or may not happen in a contest. So through this workshop, I hope you have learned to conquer the chief judge role. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending. More workshops are coming your way and please stay tuned on our Facebook page. Dr. Som and I are really working hard to roll out as much workshops as we can to share with all the members in District 102. Thank you so much for your time and effort. Till we meet again, thank you so much, everyone.